You like it warmer?
I think that you like summer than.
No, not true. Not true. I like to be like cozy is the word I like. Yes.
You're in winter.
Yes, I can be cozy in the winter. You can't really be cozy in the summer because you're so hot all the time.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, how much did I give you enough time or no?
Yeah.
I did? Oh, good. So bad at that. Wonderful. Okay, good. Okay, just sorry. Okay, everyone is back. Good. So I had you for exercise 8, look at this chart and write one sentence for descriptive, comparative, superlative, and equative or non-equative. 3 sentences, sorry, for each. Okay, so I am going to just call on names to give me a sentence for each one, okay? So even if you are in the same group and I call on you, it's okay. Just choose a different sentence from your team member. Okay, so the chart, you had 3 names, okay? Their ages, their height, their energy, their grades, and their personality. Okay, so I'm going to call on someone for a sentence, and the rest of the group, you have to look at the chart and say, yes, that sentence is correct, or no, it needs to be different, okay? When you're comparing or describing.
Like a debate?
No, not a debate, because this like a debate, except this is very factual because here are your answers right here. Not too difficult. Okay, let's start with Vanessa. Do you want to give me a sentence that you or your team wrote for the descriptive form?
Yeah. Greta is very shy.
Greta is very shy. Is that true or false, everyone?
True.
True. Good sentence. Okay, Melvin, what's another descriptive sentence?
Isabella is very energetic.
Is very energetic. Is this true?
Energetic.
That's a hard word. Energetic. To be an energetic person. A lot of energy. Energetic. Is that true or false?
True.
True. Good. Okay, Afifa, give me another sentence with descriptive form.
Isabella is outgoing person.
Isabella is an outgoing person. Good. True or false?
True.
True. Good. So you can put to be plus the adjective, okay, or the adjective and then the noun. Okay, so you all of those sentences were good. Okay, let's look at the comparative form now. Okay, Jennifer, can you give me a comparative sentence?
Okay, Isabella is taller than Greta.
Good. Is that true or false, everyone?
True.
True.
True. Good. Is taller than. Good. Gonzalo, can you give me another one for comparative form?
Yeah. Greta is older than Rose.
Greta is older than Rose. True or false, everyone?
True.
True.
True. Good. Jim, can you give me another comparative sentence?
Greta is lazier than Rose.
Greta is lazier than Rose. True or false?
True.
True.
True. Good. And lazier is correct. It's 2 syllables, but it ends in Y. So you change the Y and add I-E-R. Good. Good. Veronica, can you give me another comparative sentence?
Yes. Rose is younger than Greta.
Rose is younger than Greta. True or false, everyone?
True.
True.
True. Good. So we have descriptive, comparative. Now let's talk about the superlative. Okay, Giselle, can you give us a superlative sentence?
Yes. Isabella is the most outgoing person in the group.
Good. Isabella is the most outgoing person in the group. True or false, everyone?
True.
Good. True. Afifa, can you give me another one for the superlative?
Greta is the oldest lady in the group.
Greta is the oldest lady in the group. True or false, everyone?
True.
True. Good. Gonzalo, can you give me another one for superlative?
Yep. Greta is the shortest woman in the group.
Ah, Greta is the shortest woman in the group. True or false?
True.
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 True. Good job. Good. Good. Okay, an equative and non-equative. Let's see. Jennifer, can you give us an equative or a non-equative sentence?
Isabella is as tall as Rose.
Isabella is as tall as Rose. True or false?
True.
Good. Veronica, can you give me another one?
Rose is not as shy as
Say it again.
Rose is not as shy as Greta.
Good. Rose is not as shy as Greta. True or false, everyone?
True.
True.
True. Good. Jim, can you give me another equative sentence or non-equative?
Yeah, Isabella is as young as Rose.
Isabella is as young as
As
Rose.
Rose.
True or false?
True.
True.
True. Good. Good, you guys. Are there any questions about these? Are you understanding the differences?
Yes.
Good. Good. Very good. Good, good, good. Okay, we're not going to do the other exercise. I want to spend the last 20 minutes or so moving on, okay, to add verbs. Okay, so we've talked about adjectives a lot in the last couple of classes, and you have all done very well at understanding now, right, how to compare superlative, equative, non-equative, descriptive. Very, very good. Okay, so first, someone tell me, what is the difference between an adjective and an adverb? What is the difference?
The adjective describes the subject and the adverb describes the verb.
Good, that is exactly right. An adjective is used to talk about a noun, and an adverb is used to talk about a verb. Okay, in our grammar notes here, it says there are many kinds of adverbs in English. Adverbs can describe verbs, they can describe adjectives sometimes, and other verbs. Adverbs of manner describe verbs. Okay, so mostly they describe verbs. They describe how an action is done. Okay, they can also be used to compare two or more people or things, but they are always talking about the verb. Okay, so tonight we are going to talk about the equative and the non-equative form, and then we'll look at the comparative and the superlative form on Monday. Okay, so it says the equative form of an adverb is used to show equality. Very similar, okay, to in the adjective. Okay, that's all it is you're saying someone or something does an action in the same way as someone else. Okay, so let's look at these examples. It says, my dog barks as loudly as your dog. So as loudly as. Okay, so loud would be an adjective. Loudly, when you add ly, it changes to an adverb. And the reason loud changes to loudly, it's not my dog barks as loud as your dog, although you will hear that a lot in English. That's not correct. Honestly, it sounds correct. We say that all the time. Okay? But if you are describing an action And you are not describing the dog, you are describing what?
Bark.
Yes, the dogs bark. And barking is a verb, right? The dog barks. That's a sentence. Bark is the verb, dog is the noun. Barks is not describing the dog, it's the verb. So when you say my dog barks loudly, loudly is not describing your dog, it's describing the bark. Okay, so when you look at a word like loud or loudly and you think, oh, is this an adjective or an adverb? Your question is, does this describe the noun, the person, place, or thing, or the verb? Okay, and if it describes the verb, the bark, it's going to be your adverb. So then you need to add ly. My dog barks as loudly as your dog. So the equative form and the non-equative form is the same as it is in adjectives to describe. As, the adverb as, and non-equative is not as plus the adverb plus as. Okay, so it works the same. That's why I said if we really practice adjectives, adverbs are not difficult. But I want you to understand, when do I use an adverb? And why don't I just say my dog barks as loud as your dog? Right? Because loud is not describing the dog. It's describing the bark. Okay, so another example is, he speaks as quietly as she does, right? Like you might say, wow, they both are whispering. Like, yeah, he speaks as quietly as she does. You can't even hear them. As quietly, not as quiet as. Again, if you hear that, we say that all the time. We don't put the ly when we really are supposed to. But grammatically, you should put the ly. He speaks as quietly as she does. Because you're not talking about him being a quiet person, right? You could say he is a quiet person. Now you're describing him. Quiet describes the person. You're talking about the way he speaks, how he speaks. How does he speak? Quietly. How does the dog bark? Loudly. If you can ask the question and use the word how an action is done, it is an adverb. How does the dog bark? I don't know. How? Loudly. How does he speak? Quietly. Okay. I can play the guitar as well. This is an irregular. It's as good as, right? As well as you. I can play the guitar as well as you. This one is our irregular, and we will talk about those on Monday. Okay. So the non-equative form of an adverb is used to show the opposite, inequality, the exact same as adjectives that we just did. This means that someone or something does not do an action in the same way as someone else. Okay, so my dog does not bark as loudly as your dog. He doesn't speak. He does not or doesn't. He does not speak as quietly as her. I cannot play the guitar as well as he can. Okay? So if you are changing it to not as, these examples, you're just adding the word not, or if it's I can do this, you're saying I cannot do this as good, as well as you, right? I don't speak as quietly as you. So you are not just putting the word not in front of it every time. You are changing the verb from being positive to negative. Okay? I do not speak. I cannot play the guitar as well as you. My dog doesn't or does not, either one, doesn't bark as loudly as your dog. Okay, are there any questions initially on this? So it's very similar to adjectives, but adverbs are different. You are describing the verb. Okay, are there any questions on this?
Teacher, maybe you have a list of those adverbs that we usually use in English, the more common.
Yes, I do. I have flashcards, little cards that show you what they say and what they mean. I can send you those. I think they're on this. Yeah, like quietly, quickly. And I'll just show you, like, where is it? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is your homework. I'm going to let you go early tonight, but your homework is just these, and these will show like, Joseph walks slowly, I walk fast. Joseph doesn't walk as fast as me, right? So in this case, the word slow changes to slowly. Fast does not change to fastly. It changes to what? Do you know? Quickly.
Slowly.
Quickly.
Quickly, yeah. So we on Monday will talk about some irregulars too, Jim, but this exercise 1 that you will do will help you like look at the different, like enthusiastically, softly, carelessly, beautifully, quietly, right? This one's irregular. Gently, slowly, intelligently. Okay, so these are
Is no hardly.
Where? Oh, we tried hard on this assignment. They didn't try very hard. No, hardly is not, in this case, no. Hardly means something different.
Okay.
If I say like, I hardly studied for my test, it means like not a lot. I barely studied, not a lot. So that's another irregular. So on Monday, we will talk about we'll talk about the comparative form, and we will talk about what are the irregular adverbs and what do they look like. Okay, but I want you to just try over the weekend looking at exercise, looking at exercise 1, okay, and just trying to start looking at adverbs and how do I create adverbs and use them in the equative form and the non-equative form, okay, which again is very similar to adjectives. Okay, so let's try. We have 3 minutes before our time will end, and then I'll just let you go. But let's try. So exercise 1 will be your homework, but let's try 1 or 2 together before our time runs out. And then you spend some time this weekend looking at different adverbs, okay, and doing exercise 1. And that will help a lot on Monday when we talk more about adverbs and how to use them, okay? So for example, number 1 says, she runs quickly. I run quickly too. How would you change that to the equative form? It's the same as adjectives because you're talking about how she runs.
She runs as quickly as me.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. She runs as quickly as me.
As me.
You can also say she runs as quickly as I run if you want to. She runs as quickly as me because you're talking about how do I run quickly. She runs as quickly, not as quick, but you will hear that. She runs as quickly as me. Okay, good. Let's do 1 more before our time runs out. He laughed enthusiastically. I laughed softly. So to be enthusiastic is energetic, right? I laughed softly.
He
Don't laugh as enthusiastic as he.
Yes, as him.
As him. Yeah.
Yes, if you're ending it, it's with him. Yes, I don't laugh as enthusiastically as him. Good job, Vanessa. Good. I don't laugh as enthusiastically as him. Okay, so I will send you these, and over the weekend, just try, okay? We'll spend almost all of class on Monday looking at adverbs because you did a really good job on adjectives, so we're going to move on. And then on Wednesday next week, we're going to practice with both, okay? So try exercise 1 this weekend and just try and familiarize yourself with adverbs again. And we will review them and continue on Monday with adverbs. And then on Wednesday, we'll practice both. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, you're free to go and have a really, really good weekend. Okay?
Thank you.
Good job.
You
Thank you.
too.
Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend. I'll see you Monday. Good job.